Guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we have on Guilherme Trestini. He is a professor in Brazilian jiu-jitsu with the black belts and all the good stuff. He's been teaching and competing in Brazilian jiu-jitsu throughout the entire world. And today we got into some awesome conversations and practical advice. But one thing that stuck with me, which blew my mind, was he said this one liner. He said, "I've been on the streets eating pizza with homeless, and I've also been flying in private jets with my friends. And to be honest, I enjoy both." That just absolutely blew my mind. So if you guys like this podcast at all, you get anything out of it, please hit that like, share, or subscribe button. That would be awesome. And if you're interested in any of my personal development coaching or discounts, please have a look at the links below. And you can follow Guy and see all the stuff that he's doing at the links below as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this podcast as much as I did, and we'll see you on the inside. Well, man, thanks so much for coming on to the show.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. Such an honor to be here with you.
That's cool, man. So what have you been focusing on recently? What have you been learning? Anything new or?
We're always learning, I say that a lot to my students, white belt mentality forever. Mm-hmm. If you stop learning something in your life, you regret, you step back. So I'm always learning things new, even though I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I'm always learning with my students with a white belt, with a blue belt, so always bringing me positions, and also learning a lot about Australia culture, Gold Coast, meeting new people, because I'm kind of new here, so I'm still learning. I'm kind of a 2 years old baby here on the coast.
Yeah, you've been traveling everywhere. When did you actually move to Gold Coast?
Yeah, to Gold Coast, I came here on October 2019.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I said pretty much 2 years and a half. But thank God I had an experience to live in many countries. Back 2011, I moved to US, to Miami, to do a semester of my university and also to learn English, to get better, because I'm an accountant back in Brazil. So to get a good job in international companies back there, you need to speak English. So yeah, I went to US, lived there for 6 months, learn a bit of English. It's still not too good, guys, okay? I apologize if I say something wrong, but I'm trying, do my best. Yeah. And then came back to Brazil, worked in IBM computers for 6 years as an account, student every day, computer. As you can see, not for me, that's why I'm not there anymore. And, always training jiu-jitsu, I did acting course back in Brazil as well. I did some TV shows, some stuff on TV. But jiu-jitsu, that was just my sport, something that I love, became my main occupation, and back in 2018, I was in Brazil there, having a good life, good at work, but I was in my comfort zone, to be honest, I had such an easy life there because I've done the TV shows and everything was too easy for me, and I know this has an expiration date, I remember when I said a couple of friends that I was moving, they said, you're crazy, man, you have the best life here, what are you gonna do? Living to Australia, you don't know anything there. I say, yeah, that's the thing, I want to get out of my comfort zone because there is no growth in the comfort zone and there is no comfort zone in the growth. So 2018, I moved to Sydney. I lived there just for 2 months because I came first, as a tourist to see if I would like the country, see how's the culture, everything. I brought my dad with me, we traveled the world together and had a great time. But then I moved to Italy to get my Italian passport because my grandfather, mom's daddy, was Italian. So I moved to Italy, stayed there for 6 months, got my Italian passport. And from Italy, moved to London, stay in London by 1 year, teaching jiu-jitsu as well, becoming a professor. I used to say that I was a black belt, but there is a difference in being a student black belt and being a professor, learning how to pass the knowledge I had, to teach other people, to look after others, not being selfish and also selfless and taking care of everyone. So I had a great experience there with the world champions guys, very successful in the business. And then I had an opportunity to move here to set up, the business here that was already running, but I came to be the head professor, run the gym. And October 19, I moved to the course, and it's by far the best decision I did in my life. I'm so happy here with it, lifestyle, culture, BJJ. I say to my students, I used to pay to train jiu-jitsu. Nowadays, I get money to train jiu-jitsu. Look how awesome it is, man. That's unbelievable, Yeah. That's just a little bit of where I believe in,
Yeah, man. What do you think are some of the best lessons that you have learned from BJJ?
but I mean, so many, like so many. It's so empowering. Another day, a girl came, did a class. She said, like, I never did something so empowering, professor, as BJJ. It's empowering, gives you so much confidence, because sometimes jiu-jitsu is like life. Sometimes you are on the top, sometimes you are on the bottom. But in jiu-jitsu, being on the bottom doesn't mean you are in a bad spot,
Yeah.
So it's empowering, confident, but at the same time very humbling, because if you think you are good, there is always someone better. And then you think you are in a great position, they submit you, so they put you back in your place, and like, oh, be humble, like you still have much to learn, and benefits as like family, friends, that human interaction, the body touch that we have in jiu-jitsu is a grapple martial art, Actually, I want to say something about grapple. People, everyone thinks that grapple is a English word, grapple. But this term grapple was invented by Rorion Gracie back in the 80s when he moved to US. Grapple means Gracie resistance attacks procedures for law enforcement. So that's the meaning of grapple.
Whoa.
Everyone thinks like grapple, and you associate with wrestling, hugging, fights, and all that stuff. But grapple is Gracie resistance attack procedures for law enforcement. But anyway, so a lot of confidence, a lot of discipline, a lot of getting you out of your comfort zone when you think you know something, and then you reset and you start from zero, and then there's gonna come a massive guy full of muscles, beautiful like you, and you're gonna submit the guy. Oh, I wish I looked good in the camera like this guy. Anyway, and then sometimes gonna come a little girl, 50 kilos, and she's gonna kick your ass, man. She's gonna choke you, she's gonna get your arm, and this makes you humble and makes you realize that in life, you will always need to be able to, as I said in the beginning, be a white belt mindset, so always open to learn. In the moment you think like, no, I know everything, first you are wrong because you don't know everything, and second, because you become stupid because you stop learning, So jiu-jitsu show you all that sides, Like I think every Master Renzo Gracie said that every parent should put the kids in BJJ first, all that sport, because we are not selling a martial art. We are selling discipline. We are selling confidence. We are selling friends. We are selling family. We are selling the ability of coming in any place with your head up and look to anyone, and not being afraid. Like that's what I see the most benefits in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, there's a lot of life lessons there. I'd love to hear like if you have any stories of when you've sort of just been like overwhelmingly grateful to have BJJ in your life. Like if you start to think about the last couple of years that you've been teaching and traveling the world, doing all these things, and when you've sort of like reflect on that, and you had like a moment where you're like, man, I am so lucky to be doing this and I've learned this. I'd love to hear a story.
If I tell from my side, being a bit selfish, everything that jiu-jitsu has done for me, and had an opportunity to meet different cultures, travel around the world, teaching what I like, what I know, what to teach, and loving what I do. My personal achievements in terms of belts, in terms of competitions, this is all great. You feel so empowered. You feel a bit like selfish, as I said, because you feel like I'm good on that. But what makes me the most grateful ever is when I see my students achieving their goals. When I go to a competition like we did 2 months ago, and I see my students smashing, doing really well. In the end, we got first place in the males division, kids second place. This makes me so grateful, like fulfill me my heart, like amazing. I have one student that's actually a personal friend as well. His name is Sash. The last competition, I showed a submission for him. I said, look, bro, have a look at that one. On Monday, the competition was on the weekend. And on the weekend, like a couple of days later, he got the submission I showed him. I was like high. I was happier than when I actually won my competitions, because I showed you that submission. I showed you that, man. That's amazing, bro. You listen to me. Yeah. And this fulfill my heart. Like, with so much grateful, and see people, like every person that joins a BJJ club, they have different goals, One is young and strong like you, and I want to be a competitor, professor. I want to compete. I want to be a world champion. The other one, he comes because he's a very shy guy and he just want to make friends. The other one, he comes because he want to lose weight. The other one comes there because he probably was bullied in his school or whatever, and he want to learn how to, like some self-defense. So everyone has a different goal. And you as a head coach, as a professor in the gym, you need to be able to identify each goal, which thing that each student wants, and help them through their journey, So your day is never boring there. Every day they come and they share something different to you. They tell about their day. Professor, I will ask my girlfriend to get married. I broke up. Or my son is doing this in that school. Can you give him a word? So every day is different. And being able to learn from all of them, share their life, personal life with me, and I can give them sometimes a simple word to make them better is unbelievable. Like I can't describe in words. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, I mean that's just like such a privilege to be like in that position. I mean, I'd love to also talk about like BJJ in Brazil, because obviously like you learned it in Brazil. We're talking a little bit about it off camera, and you were like, "Oh, dude, it was tough." Yeah, I'd love to hear about what it was like.
Look, it's BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? So it's born there back in the 20s, like 1920s, 1930s. The Grace family, Carlos Grace, Helio Grace, they invented the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There is a Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, what is kind of more similar to Judo, more standing techniques, and we include myself as a Brazilian, but we invented the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Grace family, and all the ground stuff and everything. So in Brazil, like I would say after soccer, that's the main sport there. I can't, like say different than that. Otherwise they'll kill me. But and I'm also a soccer player too. I love it. But BJJ is inside our culture. It's like soccer there as well. Pretty much everyone does jiu-jitsu. If it doesn't do jiu-jitsu, at least they have heard about, like they've seen. So we have schools everywhere, everyone trains, so everyone knows the how it is. And like here, how many black belts you have, for example, in Queensland? 20 black belts, in the whole state of Queensland. I'll just put a generic number, okay? There you have 20 black belts in one gym, like in one mat. It's savage. It's hard, guys. It's hard. I remember I started at the age of 12 years old. Me and my brother's 2 years older than me. I said, let's go BJJ, because at that time was UFC, like starting, and I was seeing the guys like Murilo Bustamante, the Carson Grace team, like starting the junior there and everything, becoming famous and fighting UFC like Royce and everyone. And I was like, oh, let's do it. And I remember I went to the gym with my brother, we were young, and it was just like the guys with cauliflower ears, like bad face, full of muscles. And we did a class. We got pretty much smashed. And my brother, oh my God, I will never come back to that place, man. We are paying to get smashed. What was the reason? And I said, no, man, you need to understand the concept behind. It's nice. Like when you fall in love with the first touch, like first scene. And I was like, no, yeah, I'll come back. And my brother stopped, unfortunately. I'm trying to put him back in nowadays. His daughter, like 5 years old, 6, she's training. So that's amazing, makes me so happy. But yeah, like I came back and I see that something that was for me, I had kind of a little bit ability for that. I was like, I think I can do well, like I'm not too bad on it. But it was all adults, and I was a kid, 12 years old, a teenager there. But I enjoyed it, and I've been learning. The guys started looking after me after a while. Like, they smash you the first time, like, oh, let me show that's my house. But then they are, man, they receive you, like, with open arms, and, like, they love you, and they give their life to you, because, as I said, as we have this body touch all the time, it's the unique sport where you have someone on top of you trying to choke you out, and you finish and give him such a good hug. I say, bro, how did you do that, choke? Can you show me how you're trying to kill me? I want to learn how to defend. And it's unbelievable. It's so much respect. So there is like really deep inside the culture, everyone training pretty much, it's hard. The rounds are hard. People go super hard because it's part of our DNA. You're born with that skills, like it's like soccer. We're born in Brazil, they give you a ball to kick. In jiu-jitsu is the same. You're born in there, you're grappling, like in Russia, wrestling, it's pretty much like this. And yeah, like it's a good way to become good. I always say to my students, no pressure, no diamonds, right? A diamond without pressure is just a charcoal. So no pressure, no diamond. That's how I believe, Iron sharp iron.
Yeah, dude, so true. I love that so much. And you also like really embody, like, I'm not sure if it's through jiu-jitsu, or I'm assuming a big part of it would be, or just yourself, like personally, is you're extremely fit and healthy, and like you're consistently like focusing on that. I'd love to just hear about like how you and like why you keep really healthy and still, like, because I know some people that train BJJ and stuff and they don't go to the gym and don't do these other things, and you're still running, you're still lifting weights really hard. I'm assuming you eat really healthy. Yeah, really you must do, because the rig that you got on you is insane. Eat really healthy, and you're training like crazy in BJJs.
Look, that's crazy. Like, I think everything starts here, right? You mentalize and then if your mind is not good, your body won't be good, right? So I consider myself a very mentally strong person, you know, like I lost my mom when I was 16 years old, and we needed to be mature earlier. Like when I say we, me, my brother, also my dad, because we're very, very, very close family. I love a relationship what I have with my family. But I didn't have the best examples at home. Everyone, every single one in my family is big. When I mean big, guys, I know that is not polite to say, but in Brazil you say they're fat, really fat. You know, like my brother reached 170 kilos, 170. I have, just in my family, my dad, big belly, you know, so my brother did bariatric surgery, you know. I had 2 aunts that did stomach surgery and an uncle as well. So everyone in my house is big because as we are a very close family, our way to unite all the family is in a table with full of food and not health food, to be honest. So, but since I born, I was the skinny one in the family. When I mean like not skinny, slim, but always like nice shape, you know, like not strong, but I wasn't a big guy at all. My family, since young, they're pretty big. And I always like exercise, you know. I started going to the gym. I think even earlier that I should, like at the age of 13, 14, I was going to lift weight with friends because I had older friends. So like, let's go, you're going to look good training. And I enjoy, and I always play soccer and then jiu-jitsu since 12 years old. So I always like to exercise. I have my weaknesses, sweets, you know, chocolates and all that stuff, but I don't eat, you know, on a daily basis. In a Sunday, if I want to chill, I have, you know, I think I'm a Libra, my horoscope, so I think everything in life is a balance, you know, like even too much water is going to make you feel bad, you know. But like since, I don't know, I'm at the age of my 20 years old, I started eating like pretty clean, pretty healthy. My diet's based in like salmon, chicken breast, broccoli, eggs, you know, like brown rice, sweet potato, like clean stuff, you know, like real food, you know. And training a lot, you know, I do at least 2 or 3 BJJ sessions a day, one private in the morning, and a private of BJJ is different than being a PT or do that exercise, do that. No, they actually, you and the person, they're using your body and throw you on the floor and choke you and like it's full action. And then I go to the gym and I do my weight session, you know, because doing a weight session, as you said, like there's people that do BJJ, they think that's enough. But that's an old mentality. Back in the days, if you train BJJ, no, you cannot go to the gym. Yeah, but that's wrong because you go into the gym and train, you make your joints better, you know, more muscle, so you avoid injuries, you know, so you don't get it out of the action because you got injured because you have like a weak shoulder, you're gonna be 3-4 months off. I don't want that, you know. Jiu-jitsu for life. Hiro and Master Carlos Grace, they passed away with the age of 94 and 96 training jiu-jitsu on the mats. There is a interview with Horan. They say like 1 month before his father died, at the age of 96 years old, he came into his house and said, no, let me show you some movement here, some chokes that I'm developing now. So that's what I want for my life, you know. People say like, are you going to retire? I say, no, I don't want to retire.
Goosebumps.
I want to be on the mats, you know, like that's my life. If a doctor say me, oh, you stop doing BJJ, or you're going to die, I say, no, I'll die doing BJJ because I will not stop. Have you seen the Ronnie Coleman documentary? Yeah. The doctor said to him, no, you stop going to the gym to work out or you're going to die. I said, no, I prefer to die at the gym because that's my life. If I stop training, I'll die, you know? So, and then I started like doing my weight sessions every day. Like since the age of 14 when I started in the gym, lifting weight, I never stopped. Never, ever. Mm-hmm. Wherever I go, wherever I travel, when I live in the other country, first thing I like, where's the gym to train? If I don't find a gym, I go running, you know, I do like circuit sessions and push-ups, abs. Like I'm always moving my body, you know, I can't stop. As well as sleeping well, you know, like, and then, you know, two times a week I do a strength and conditioning training with my PT. So we do a big circuit session, battle rope, jumping box, kettlebell swings, all that stuff, high intensity. Gym every day, Monday to Friday, and jiu-jitsu Monday to Saturday. You know, so I do pretty much like almost 20 sessions a week. So it's intense. But I love it, man. If I don't train, I feel bad. They are like, oh, I will chill the whole day. That's the day I feel bad. Like I need to do something, you know?
Yeah. Do you think that like you really inspire to be like fit and healthy as well, just to like show other people that you can do all of it? Because like you're real balanced with it.
Leading by example. Yeah. That's how I believe, you know? Yeah. Like how can I tell you to eat broccoli if I don't eat? How can I show my kids when I don't have yet, but I really want, well, you need to eat that, but daddy, you don't eat. Why I need to eat, you know? So you need to lead by example. So I inspire a lot of my students. That's like a community of all my the students I have, how to train, how to eat. And then like, professor, I just do BJJ. I said, look, you should look for a gym, you know, do some weights. It's going to help your BJJ performance. It's going to avoid injuries. Okay, professor, I don't sleep well. So, well, what is going on? Why you're not sleeping well? This is super important. I always say that when we sleep, it's like our phone. It's running out of battery. We put in the charger. That's why. Good analogy. That's how the phone survives. It's the same. You're like, you're running out of energy the whole day. You're sleeping. It's when you charge yourself and you wake up fresh. If you have a great night of sleep, you know, as well as fulfilling your body with good stuff, you know, good food, real meals, you know. And also I'm a fan of supplements, you know, like, so when you go to a high intensity training, as I do 3-4 sessions a day, sometimes you don't eat as much as is necessary to recover your body, you know, to fuel all of the nutrients and vitamins and everything. So supplements can help, good supplements from good brand. I'm sponsored by ATP, so they always help me a lot with everything, with pretty clean stuff. So I truly believe in that. It's a 3-pillar base, you know, training hard, eating well, and sleep well. Once you do these 3, I would put like eating clean and health is the first one, because we are what we eat, as well as training hard, as well as sleeping. Man, the sky's the limit.
It really is. I love how you're living and a breathing example of that, man. So, like, what really motivates you? Like, what motivates you to just get up and just give all your energy? Because you're an extremely passionate dude. You've got like awesome energy. So what like motivates you to keep?
Bro, it's the passion I have from jiu-jitsu, you know, from exercise, from fitness, and seeing people get their better version of themselves makes me happy. You know, like I try to be 1% better than what I was yesterday, you know, like I always try to push myself a little bit further, you know. If you tell me to do 10 reps, I'll try to do 11, 12, you know. Like if you are doing like 4 rounds in the end of the class, do 6. If you're doing 6 now, you're going to do 7. 7, now you're going to do 8. So it's because for me, jiu-jitsu, what I do, you know, it could be another thing, you know. Could it be accounting or could it be whatever is your business, your work. You need to do it with passion, you know, like if you ask me to clean that floor, I'll clean the way it's going to be so clean that you can eat your food on the floor, you know. I'll put everything, you know, like I'll put all my energy. And jiu-jitsu for me is something that I love and passionate about. If you are my student and you don't go for 1-2 days, I say, what's Corey not coming? And then the receptionist, but is he still paying? No, I don't give a fuck if he's paying, you know. I'm not asking about your money. I want to know why you're not on the mats with us, you know, like the passion I feel from what I do and seeing the benefits it's going to bring to you, you know, is unbelievable. Listen, I heard that one time and that's completely true. Once you join the gym, I would say, jiu-jitsu will change your life. I don't know how and I don't know when. You're going to tell me how and when it changes, but it will change your life. I promise you. I'm telling you that it's going to change. In any scenario, you'll become a better husband. You'll become a better father. You're going to become fitness. You're going to learn how to protect yourself in just case if you need. It's going to help you in human relations. Like if you are a very talkative guy, you're going to be more quiet. If you are a very quiet guy, you're going to be more talkative, you know, like, so I tell you, it's going to change your life in any perspective or in many. I don't know how, because each person it hits different, but it will, and you're going to tell me. So that's what makes me wake up every day. It's like, okay, let's go. Here we go. You know, that's how I believe.
Have you ever had a time in your life where you weren't as passionate about just anything?
No, like I was coming that with my friend. I see her here in Australia, in such a perfect country. You guys have a perfect country.
Yeah, we're so blessed here, man.
It's so blessed, bro.
It's so good here.
Great weather, great people, so safe. You never stop in the traffic lights like in Brazil. They put a gun in your head, you know, like to steal your car, your phone, or whatever. You know, and everyone here, if you quit your job today, tomorrow you have another one. You know, the government help you guys. So like, is everything perfect? You know, like it look like a movie. And even
it is
like all the Brazilians come here, we don't want to go back home.
You're like, nah,
because we have pretty much the good Brazil here. Nice weather, like there, but safe, but with good jobs. You know, if you are a jiu-jitsu professor, if you are dishwasher, if you are a driver, or if you are a businessman, you can go to the same restaurant. You have access to everything. You know, you don't in Brazil. If you are rich, a good businessman, a good doctor, you go to that restaurant. If you are a jiu-jitsu professor, for a dishwasher, you go here. You know, it's completely so much inequality, right? So even though it has such a perfect country where I don't see anything wrong here, I see a lot of mental health here. A lot of people depressed, you know, like I don't enjoy my life, what am I doing? And that's why I said I consider myself very mentally strong. And Brazilians in general, we are very, very happy place, you know. Even though we had so much shit in the country, it's dangerous, you know. There's no jobs. You get a bus with 100, 120 people inside the bus. It's unbelievable, bro. Like you don't believe what I'm telling you, know. Like just if you see, you're gonna think like it's a movie or something. You know, like we have so much problems, but we are so happy with tiny things. You know, sometimes you just stop in the corner with a couple of friends and, you know, have one beer and then everyone's happy. We share everything. I remember the first days in the gym when you used to do a grading day and I said, oh guys, bring your own drink or some food. People bring their 6-pack, they drink their own beer and then they leave. I said, why you leave? Oh no, my beer finished. I said, bro, listen. I put it that I got to hold the gym. The same they say. In that gym, there is no mine or yours. Everything here is ours. Okay? So I can bring 100 beers, everyone is gonna drink. Tomorrow I don't have any money in my pocket, and I will not bring any beer and I'll drink yours. Because we are here to share. We are all friends, we are all the same family. We always say that on the mats, and there is no mine or yours. It's everything else. Because in Brazil it's like this. Sometimes you have one friend that he has a pack of cookies, he's gonna share with everyone. Because all the other friends don't have what you eat. You know, maybe the other day he doesn't have, and then I have, and then I'll share with him. You know, and that's how we live. We share a lot of our stuff. We're very selfless there and very happy with tiny things, you know, like we're happy with tiny things. I see here first world problems, you know, my student coming, the air con of my Land Rover didn't work today. I said, bro, that's not a fucking problem, bro. A problem is not having food at home, you know, like to feed your kids or school or whatever. So, like, just coming back to the question, it's like you never feel unmotivated or not passionate. Not really, you know, like I had hard times back in Europe, you know, like especially when I was in Italy, not training as much as I want. I was in a hard moment financially, you know, like, to be honest, I didn't have one single euro in my pocket to buy a slice of pizza. But, you know, like I faced this struggle, you know, I've been in worse scenarios, you know, like, and then I was see like, there's people worse than me, you know, like I need to be glad from all the struggles life present to me, that this made me strong, you know, like no pressure, no diamonds, as I said. So, you know, like had many struggles, you know, like I've been in flying private jets with my friends, billionaires, and I've been eating on the floor with homeless people, and I enjoy both, to be honest. Like I enjoy both.
That's one of the best things ever.
I enjoy both, man. You because that's what I say. Like even here, you don't see homeless like walking around, you know, so people like asking for money or like people who don't have food, you know, like many times I left a restaurant back in Brazil and I have some food left. You need to give it to somebody in the street because they don't have what you eat. And he's everything's perfect, so why would complain, you know? So being able to see both scenarios, as I said, traveling in a private jet with my billionaire friend, or even like sitting the sidewalk on the floor with, you know, friends that don't have money, don't have a house, both are fine, you know, like I appreciate both of them. Actually, I learn more when I'm sitting on the sidewalk than when I was flying the private jet. In terms of life lessons, I learn much more.
What'd you learn?
I learned how to be humble. I learned how to appreciate little things in life. I learned that all this shit here, material, you die, don't take anything. And I realized that when my mom passed away. She had her stuff, you know, she had some nice clothes. She had some jewelry, gold, necklace, whatever. What's the name of the big box they put it when you die? Coffin. When she went to the coffin, we just put like one dress on top of her to not be naked. Anything else, everything is there at home. You know. And then we look at them like, what is that? You don't take anything. There is no drawers in the coffin. We say that in Brazil. There is no drawers to put your stuff. You die, what else you take? Nothing. Everything stay here. It's material. So people are like, they have 10 million, they want to have 20 million. They have 20 million, they want to have 30. They have 30, they want to have 40. And they don't appreciate moments in life, experience, you know. Like, I know people with 7 years old that haven't lived like half what I lived in my life. And when I mean like being with different people, different culture, You know, like being with the rich, being with the poor, being with the halfway, being good place, being bad place, eat good food, eat bad food. You know, like experience, meeting people, learning. You know, like experience is priceless, man. People want money, trying to live tomorrow, and then when the tomorrow come and they have the money that you owe, that you do whatever they want to do. I was telling my friend, I prefer much more to regret from things that I did in my life than from things that I didn't. I don't want to look back tomorrow when I'm 50, 60 years old and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had done this when I was 20, but I was afraid to and I didn't, and I regret, you know? I prefer like, I did that, I was wrong, I made a mistake, but I'm so glad you made me a better person, you know?
Having an increased perception of all of these different things, how do you think that they've served you?
They served me in making me a better man, you know, like making me a more mature person and seeing that the world's not here for me, it's here for everyone. And you are just one more in that big ball around the world, and you know, you need to be nice to everyone. Every person that you meet in life is facing a struggle, is fighting a battle that you don't know anything about. So be respectful, you know. Another thing is, my problem is not bigger than your problem, you know. Mm-hmm. Your life is not harder than my life. I hate when people come and tell me a sad history. I say, bro, I have a sad history to tell as well. No one cares, work hard. You know, that's how I believe, you know, like everyone has different problems. Everyone struggles in a different way. But I use that a lot when I step on the mats, you know, like, look, I have bad days too. You know, there is some days that I'm not that pumped or motivated, you know, like I'm sad or I'm tired, whatever, you know, like, I broke up with my girlfriend. I wasn't the best day to teach a class. Even though when I step on the mat, you almost stood. You don't want to know if I have a bad day. You are a student, you're paying your membership to have a great experience. You learn a good jiu-jitsu, right? So try to separate things. Always when I step on my gym, I leave my problems and my ego outside, you know? You shouldn't have ego at all. But if you do, when you step on the door, leave your ego, leave your problems outside, because every person there has different struggle. Maybe a guy lost their job today. Maybe this girl, you know, fought with her boyfriend. Maybe this guy broke up his relationship of over 20 years. Maybe his kids doesn't talk to him anymore. Everyone has a different problem. Imagine if all of them bring that to the mats. It would be a chaos, right? Yeah. Separate stuff.
Well, how do you do that? Like, what do you tell yourself anything before you get into the gym, or whatever it is? What's like the thing that you've either consistently told yourself to be able to, like, I'm actually going to leave my ego out of here and show up as best as possible?
Realize everything's mentally, right? Yeah. Life is mental. So when I step there, like last week it happens, I was super tired on a Wednesday. It's our competition class, so it's the class I need to put the most energy. And I was a bit quiet before the class. The students come, Professor, you look quiet today. What's going on? I said, I'm not having the best day, pretty tired. And then when I step on the mat, I look to the side, deep breathe, like, anyone has anything with your problems, they're all here to have the best class of your life. Do your best. Breathe in, mentally switch. Boom. What's up, guys? Let's go. Boom. Big smile in the face. Let's train hard. That exercise, this. And then, like, my friend that has talked to me before, like, she was like, hey, Gig, how will you switch it off? I said, look, you came here to listen to my problems today, you know, like, as a therapist, or you came here to have a great class? I said, no, I came to have a great class, but as a friend, you can tell me the stuff. I said, yeah, but you came to have a great class, right? And my work is to give you a great class, to give you a great experience. So I know you have some problems at home. You're not sharing with me. You know, if you want to, I'm here to listen to you, but you came here to do your best on the mats as well, right? She said, yes. I said, that's how I do. I just switch my mind, you know. I tell myself, look, all these fella here, study people, they want to have a great experience. They don't want to listen to your problems. You're not here in front of everyone to tell what happened in your day. You're here to teach them the best class ever. Let's do it.
I bet you felt so much better, though, as soon as you just energy up. I bet it just come out.
Unbelievable. To be honest,
yeah.
I thought it would be my worst day ever at the gym, become one of the best class I've taught in my life. Serious. The days that you don't want to go, the days that you don't feel motivated, any human in the world feels motivated every day. No, but the discipline, you know, and knowing that you are looking after so many people made me switch. It's the days you train better. It's the days you teach better. It's the day you don't want to be there. Every time that you say yourself, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to train. I don't want to do it. Probably going to be your best days ever, you know? Because you feel that fire and you go. You know, I'm moving through discipline, not through motivation. Motivation is a non-reliable friend, not a loyal one. Discipline will be there with you whenever. You know, I remember back in Italy, I come from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's crazy hot, like Gold Coast, 40 degrees, blue sky, amazing. And I end up in Italy in the winter, and it was like -2, -3, rainy. I remember, and it was a very tiny city to get my passport. I remember, no gym at all. I put my pants, my shoes, jacket, and my dad, what the hell, you crazy? It's raining, it's snowing outside. What are you going to do? I say, no, I'm going to run, I'm going to train. Because I know it will make me better mentally. I know when I move to UK, I'll face the challenge with the guys, so I need to be ready, And it was discipline. I was zero motivated, or less than zero motivated at all. But my discipline is I have a goal, and I need to accomplish, I will do it. That's what motivates me.
I love the conviction. So for people who are listening who may have sorted some stuff out, so they've started having some personal success, some career success, or they started figuring some things out in their life, and now they're at the point where they're like, cool, I really want to start investing in myself to make myself better because I've started to do some good stuff. What would you encourage them or recommend them to do?
Person that is reaching their successful is always try to, or myself, you mean?
No, I mean as for someone, let's say someone who's listening and they're at that point in their life where they're just ready to invest in themselves, where they've got a good job or they've sorted out their business, and they're like, cool, I really want to start investing in myself now. What would you encourage them to do?
Look to invest in yourself in something that you are passionate about. It's not something I don't have the skills to do my podcast. So even I know that it gives heaps of money, I shouldn't invest in podcasts because I don't have the skills like you to interview and make people feel so welcome as I'm feeling now. I've done something wrong. I've invested wrong. I was built to be a businessman. I did in accounting in Brazil in the best university ever. I was such a nerd student back in the days. I went to live overseas to learn English, and I came back and did it after degree. I was a very successful young businessman in Brazil, but I was completely unhappy. And it wouldn't survive for long. I was there for the money, not for the passion. Jiu-jitsu, when I stepped back and I said, I will teach jiu-jitsu. Nowadays, I have a better life than when I had there. But when I started, I was teaching for free. I was cleaning the mats. I was brushing the mats with cleaning to be able to teach a class. And many times I thought a class for one person, for no one. I just show up there every day and I sit on the mats and no one came. And I was sad. I cried. But I was like, you are here, but you are aiming for there. You're going to be successful like this guy. Keep working hard. Keep showing up, keep motivated. You can do much more than you think you can. So if you are in your moment in your life that you want to invest in yourself, you feel ready, you have a good job, do things that you are passionate about. If you love to run, invest in run. If you love to train jiu-jitsu, invest in a jiu-jitsu gym. If you love to pizza, invest in it. But whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, but do things that you are passionate about. Otherwise, if you just start for the money or because it's cool in the beginning, I heard one of the masters saying, the honeymoon always finish,
What does that mean?
The honeymoon, I moved here to teach jiu-jitsu. It's cool, I'll get some money. If I'm not passionate about this good relationship, of teaching, coming motivated to give a good experience for the student, one time it finish. After a couple of months, 2-3 months, you're like, I don't want to teach today, man. So boring, the same stuff again and again, It doesn't happen to me because I'm passionate. As I said, for me as a student, you are not a number. You are a person, you are a human that I look after, I feel so happy when I see you passing a guard or sweeping someone or choking somebody. It fulfills me better than money. To be honest, as I said, I feel happier seeing my student achieving a gold medal than when I got my gold medals. Because it's nice, you got a gold medal. Hey, cool. Photos, it's nice. You go there in the podium. And then the next day, man, work hard again, man. You have classes to teach. When my students reach their goals in belts or competitions or in life, in all the scenarios of their life, it's making me so much more realize, like I help them to get there, and that's something that's forever, because gratitude there is no expiration date, for gratitude. So they are forever grateful, and I know I've contributed for their life. So if you want to invest in something that you are passionate about, right? Not just because of money or because it's cool or because people will say for you to do whatever your heart thinks you should.
You must be proud of yourself, man. Like
a lot, man. Not being humble now, but a lot. I love what I do, I love where I am at the age I am. Like I'm not like an old person. I'm young, and I've had so many experiences in my life. I'm running a business that's been amazing. I'm in such a perfect country. I don't want to move it from here to anywhere. Everything is perfect. And I think, you guys Australian, when you start complaining about here, you guys don't know what is struggle. I'll put you guys 6 months in Brazil, and then you're going to call, please, I want to get back to Gold Coast. And that's true, this place is amazing. Believe me. I believe in the good. I believe in the bad. I believe in Brazil, US, Europe, many countries, and here, like nothing like Australia. Australia, guys, top level, safe job, weather, people. So unbelievable, guys. Just be grateful. Please be grateful.
Oh man, 100%. I just want to like one more question before we finish off, just because I'm really intrigued. Is like, how do you like challenge yourself, man? How do you really challenge yourself, stretch yourself, and make sure that you're consistently getting better?
That's a really good question, because for example, in my gym, I'm the big dog, like I'm the black belt, I'm the strongest, technically. So it's always hard to find a challenge. First, look for bigger challenge if it's just not in jiu-jitsu, in life, try to learn something new, right? For example, I want to learn how to surf. I'm all postponed. Because of the surf, I'll be a white belt, and in our other sport, I'm a black belt. And I was like, I'm not being humble at that moment. So always try to challenge yourself. In terms of jiu-jitsu perspective, I'm also looking for good training partners, I go to another gyms with another black belt to challenge myself. Or even in my gym, if I go 100% with my student, won't be fair, right? But what I do is I put myself in the bad spots to make it harder for me. I let them start on my back, on the mount, or in a better position. So it makes me, and I tap out, if I need, because sometimes they get me. And this makes me humble. And this also makes me like, look, you think you're good? You're not that good. There is someone better. So it motivates me to push me hard. Also, I want my business, my gym, my students get bigger, get better. My students get better, and my gym get bigger. So I need to always be challenging myself and looking for more challenge, and always teaching a better class than I thought yesterday. So this motivates them to spread the message, to keep showing up, keep coming to the class. And, like, as I said, yesterday I had 37 people on the mats. On the Monday I had 31. So it was really busy classes.
And I was days too, man.
Yeah, no, we were melting actually. We were melting there. And I said, guys, keep coming, keep showing up. I promise you guys, I'll teach seminars here. I'll do my best, the best as I can. You guys can squeeze me to get the best juice. I'll pass all my knowledge, but please keep showing up. And, this challenge motivated me, even though that I'm comfortable what I do because I have the skills to teach. I always try to challenge myself to learn something, to look for new positions, to do new skills, how to communicate better, to improve my English, to pass a better experience to my students. So I'm always trying to push it, myself to be better physically as well, mentally, that's how I do.
Oh, dude, let's go. So for people who are listening to the podcast, man, and they want to follow you, find you, get to the gym, where are all the places people can find you?
So my Instagram is Guilherme Trestini, Guitrestini. So Guilherme Trestini. My name is actually Guilherme, but that's too hard in English, I know, because in English you guys don't have LH sound, Guilherme. So anyway, Gui, and my surname together, Trestini, Trestini, or Instagram of my gym, GB Surfers Paradise, at GB Surfers Paradise. So you guys can find me there. Everyone is welcome to come for a couple of free sessions and see if you have an experience in jiu-jitsu. Always people like, Professor, what I should do, bring for my try? I say, just bring a good energy. That's enough. Everything else I have there. I have the uniform to lend you. I have the water bottle. I have everything, I have myself there to look after you. Don't be scared. Don't feel afraid. Like, I'm going to a jiu-jitsu gym. They will kick my ass. They will choke me out. They will not. They will not. I said that it happened in Brazil back in the days. I'm talking about 20 years ago. Nowadays here, I have a great community. As I said, my niece is a little girl. She trained. You know, I have students at the age of 2.5 years old, and my oldest student is 7 years old. So it's pretty good range, you know. Like if you are in between that age, you know, you are more than welcome to come and join us. And I'll make sure I'll match you with the correct training part. I'll make sure I'll look after you. I'll make sure you're gonna have a great experience. I never ever like had people there that did the class and in the end they say, oh, that's bullshit. That's the worst thing I did in my life. No, but probably maybe they don't enjoy or they have another commitments or, you know, jiu-jitsu is for everyone. Sometimes not everyone is for jiu-jitsu, you know? So
I like that.
Yeah, this person that I said 7 years old, believe it or not, is a lady. Is an older lady, 7 years old, training with us. And I have like yesterday I was teaching Jack, 2.5 years old, my youngest student, this little. You know, it's amazing actually. They give you the best energy. So yeah, come see us, come for a session, you know, like even if it's not my gym, look for a good jiu-jitsu gym, have a good experience, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna change your life. I don't know how and when, you're gonna tell me, but it will change your life.
I love that, man. So for everyone who's listening, all the links will be linked below and all the podcast stuff. Thanks so much for coming on, man. And if you would like to just leave a challenge for anyone who's listening to this podcast, they've listened and they're like, oh, cool, and you just like to challenge them just a little bit, yeah, what would you say? How would you challenge them?
Try to be 1% better than you were yesterday. So if you went to your gym and you run 2Ks, run 3. If you went there and you did 10 push-ups, do 12. If you didn't do jiu-jitsu, come and challenge yourself. That's the biggest challenge I tell you. Come to do a jiu-jitsu classes, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be passionate about.
Cool. I love that, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you.